With an ever-aging population, more and more people are going to require long-term care in a nursing home facility. Despite the dedicated and compassionate care provided by the vast majority of nurses and CNAs that take care of the elderly in nursing homes, there are some alarming statistics about the number of injuries and deaths that occur in nursing homes. Recent studies show a significant percentage of nursing homes do not have enough nursing staff to provide adequate care for residents, particularly in the for-profit nursing homes. Joining us today about nursing home care in Indiana is attorney David Farnbaugh, a trial attorney with the Sweeney Law Firm in Fort Wayne. Thanks for spending some time with us today, David. It's an important topic and affects a lot of people.
It's a pleasure to be here today.
David, it's my understanding that, looking at your biography, your law firm has a particular interest in representing elderly nursing home residents and their families. Can you tell us how it is that you began representing the nursing home residents in legal cases?
Well, my career as a nursing home lawyer began about 15 years ago when I handled my first case against a nursing home that involved a very severe pressure sore or pressure ulcer to an elderly resident of a nursing home. And at that time I had no idea what a pressure ulcer was, and I was really horrified at the debilitating nature of that injury to this elderly resident of the nursing home. And I began doing some research on the incidence of pressure sores and injuries and abuse to people in nursing homes, and I was really astounded by how many people every year suffer injuries and neglect as a result of being in a nursing home.
You told us a little about the issue of nursing home residents developing serious pressure sores in nursing homes, but can you tell us about some of the other types of injuries that can occur in nursing homes when there's understaffing?
Well, I think some of the more common injuries that we see in nursing homes are injuries from falls. Oftentimes elderly residents are not given proper fall precautions, and they suffer injuries from falls, fractured hips and broken necks and serious fractures from falls in nursing homes. They also suffer serious episodes of dehydration where they don't receive proper fluids and they become dehydrated and their internal organs start to shut down from dehydration and they have to be sent to the hospital. And oftentimes these episodes of dehydration lead to sepsis and death. So we see many different types of injuries in a nursing home.
You know, I've heard that the nursing home industry is one of the most heavily regulated industries in the U.S. Tell our viewers about the government regulations in place to protect nursing home residents.
Nursing homes are heavily regulated. Most people who end up in a nursing home, their care is at least partially funded by Medicare payments. And Medicare has enacted a very extensive series of regulations known as OBRA regulations that govern every aspect of nursing home care.
With all the federal and state regulations in place to protect nursing home residents, I'm curious as to why we're seeing this big increase in the number of residents suffering injuries in nursing homes.
Well, I think the biggest reason that we're seeing an increase in the number of injuries in nursing home relates to the inadequate staffing that we see in many for-profit nursing homes. I've said many times over the course of my career handling nursing home cases that almost every case stems from inadequate staff. A nursing home has to have enough nurses and nurses' aides to provide care to these elderly residents. And when they need to be turned and repositioned if they're in bed, or if they need some assistance in going to the bathroom to prevent falls, if you don't have adequate staff there to help people get to the bathroom or be turned and repositioned while they're in bed, there's going to be injuries. So I think that all these cases really stem from inadequate staffing.
What advice can you pass along to the family who's faced with having to put a loved one in a nursing home to reduce the risk that they would suffer harm in that nursing home care?
Well, I think the most important thing that any family should do to try to reduce the risk that something will happen to their loved one is to really do a thorough investigation on the nursing home. There's a variety of websites that are available to review to look at the track record of the nursing home to see if they've been cited by the State Department of Health and if they've had claims and lawsuits against a facility and what their ratings are. And the other thing is families can do is simply do a thorough investigation of the facility. Go there, take a look around, see what it's like, see how they treat the residents, and do a comprehensive search in your area to take a look at multiple nursing homes and see if the residents that are there talk to families and see if they're satisfied with the care. So I think the biggest thing that you can do to protect your loved one is to really check out the background of the nursing home.
In the event one of our viewers has a family member who does suffer serious injury as a result of neglect in a nursing home and wants to investigate whether there's a potential legal claim against the nursing home, what's the first step?
Well, I think the first step, if you are contemplating a claim against a nursing home, is to contact a lawyer or a law firm that specializes in handling nursing home cases. These cases are a lot more complex than the typical personal injury case. I think any lawyer that handles these cases has to have extensive knowledge of the OBRA regulations that govern nursing homes. They have to be familiar with the nursing standards of care, and they have to be familiar with experts that testify in these types of cases. So I would encourage anybody that's pursuing one of these cases to get in touch with a law firm that has some special expertise in handling these cases.
I'm sure viewers may be wondering how much it costs to hire a firm like the Sweeney Law Firm to investigate, or hire a nursing home expert to investigate and review the nursing home records. How much does an investigation like that cost?
Actually, it doesn't cost the client anything to have our office investigate a nursing home case. When we meet with the family, if we determine that there appears to be a meritorious nursing home case, we will pay for expert witnesses to review the records and determine whether there's been a breach of the nursing standards of care, and our law firm advances those expenses. If there is a successful recovery, then those expenses have to be reimbursed to the firm, but it doesn't cost the client anything to retain our law firm to have us investigate the case.
David, we appreciate you sharing your insights on nursing homes. You've given viewers some valuable information, and probably it's going to affect all of us at one point in our lives, so thanks a lot.
It was great to be here today.